no way WWE was going to pay him what Tony Khan was going to pay him, number one. And number two, I think MJF understood that. Yep. He was not going to be able to go over there and be MJF and do it. Bro, he does whatever he wants to do at AEW. Tony Khan isn't going to say anything to him.
Let's move on. MJF, ladies and gentlemen, chooses AEW over WWE. Was it the right call for him as far as the WWE? Do you think that we've discussed this before in previous episodes about MJF? I'm going to bring this up to you, EC3. Do you think that MJF, as the AEW kind of loose cannon gimmick that he's been doing and he's doing now, seemingly it would have to be quite a bit tamed down for WWE? Because it's tame, do you think it will have the same appeal as it does in AEW?
No, only The Rock could say the F word. So the whole shtick's gone. It's not edgy to just cuss. Sorry. You can be more creative. He's more creative than that. But yeah, I guess it'd be tamed down. Pretty much, you got paid a boatload of money by a guy who has a boatload of money to give until he doesn't have to give it anymore. Take it, run wild, have fun, do what you want to do, go nuts. 2 years, 3 years, WWE still can be there, and you could still be a young guy.
What do you think, Vince?
Yeah, I think two things, bro. I think, number one, no way WWE was going to pay him what Tony Khan was going to pay him, number one. And number two, I think MJF understood that. Yep. He was not going to be able to go over there and be MJF and do it. Bro, he does whatever he wants to do at AEW. Tony Khan isn't going to say anything to him.
Late, he could show up, he could not show up.
So
there's a reward there.
Yeah, so having the ability to do whatever he wants, plus getting more money, I don't think there was even a question of whether he was going to go to the WWE.
They still couldn't clear $800K, man. Even with MJF coming back, they were basically neck and neck with NXT, the third brand of the WWE versus the flagship show of AEW. I mean, Vince, what do you think their excuses are now? There was no NBA to go back.
Oh, there had to be some. The Puppy Bowl.
Yeah,
the Puppy Bowl.
Westminster Kennel Club preempted.
There had to be something on, bro.
Yeah.
There's a Dick Van Dyke marathon on Nick and Knight.
Yeah. Bro, do you know, because, we had the clip on castrating the marks. Bro, that's a shoot. Dave Meltzer used the Puppy Bowl one week as competing against AEW. I'm not making that up. That's a shoot, bro.
Wow.
Man, oh my God.
That's desperation.
The Puppy Bowl took viewers away from AEW.
Yeah, cognitive dissonance.
What you guys tell me at this point?
Look up the term cognitive dissonance, and you will see Dave Meltzer's face right there with what he said about the AEW.
1 million faces of this industry.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I mean, what's next for MJF, man? He's doing the same shtick. He's not clearing 800,000. Vince, do you think that AEW would ever get back to 1 million viewers, man? No way, bro. One thing I learned about professional wrestling, bro, because I'll tell you how I learned this. Me and Ed went to WCW at a time when their ratings were in the toilet. Okay. We had a game plan, bro. We were gonna, within a 3 to 6 month period, we were gonna tear down the building and start building a new one. And that's exactly what we were doing. And 3 months in, the numbers started increasing. Mm-hmm. That's when I went home. Bro, 3 months later, they called me back and the numbers went right back to where they were before Ed and I joined the company. I knew, bro, we're never going to get them back. We had them. We lost them again. You're never getting them back. They lost the viewers they had, bro. And it is so much easier to gain a new viewer than to get a viewer
back. They lost them, bro. When you lose somebody, bro, you lost them, man. And I don't see them ever getting that audience back.
I never watched an episode when they didn't kill the governor in the Walking Dead finale when they should have, where they built up the whole season. It was just like, we're going to keep it going. It's like, I need a conclusion. I never watched another episode. I watched the hell out of that show till then. Yeah. So I get what I'm sure they kept picking up viewers because, oh, yeah, The Walking Dead's good. It's on the TV guide. But you do have to rebuild. You got to tear the house down. And I think even if they try to go that route, there is no patience and there's no foresight and there's no vision and there's no leadership that can allow. Can we handle if we heard the number went to 600, but we're going to come back in 3 months and get back to 8, and then in 6 months we're back to 1 million? There's no patience for that, so that will never happen.
Do you think the emphasis nowadays in pro wrestling in general, specifically in AEW, it seems as if the emphasis is more wrestling over television production? It doesn't seem like television production is in the forefront as much for them as they should. And it just seems like because there's the matches, because there's, the niche audience playing to the hardcore, the emphasis isn't the ratings in the television production. As someone who was very specific or very close to that element when it comes to television production, making sure the ratings are high, where do you see the gap right now in pro wrestling in general, specifically AEW, when it comes to bringing someone like MJF? He's not returning on the investment, but you still are making him seem like, God's gift to pro wrestling. Vince.
Well, bro, here's the problem, bro. We all have fixated in our minds this is going to be like a real competition where there's going to be won and loss records. There's going to be rankings. And here's why we all have that in our mind, because nobody's smarting Tony up. Tony, that has been tried 1 million times before, and it never works, because you got to take into consideration now, when you're talking won-loss records, bro, you ain't just talking television. You're talking house shows. And somebody's got to keep track of all that. Bro, it is a big to-do. But he ingrained in our minds that they were going to be something different, and this is what they were going to do, and we already knew it wasn't going to work. It took him 5 years to figure that out now. But now, bro, he's gone to the entire extreme. Now we've got bloodbaths. Now Gangrel's coming from underneath the ring. Now what's his face has a flamethrower and he's setting people on fire. The Young Bucks are kicking Darby in the face with sneakers with tacks in them. Bro, you can't go from one extreme to if you're going to do that, bro, there's got to be some kind of a story. There's got to be some kind of a reason. You can't go from A to Z and all of a sudden think that, oh my God, now we're going to double our audience.
Hierarchy, the EC3 hierarchy of wrestling needs is at the top of the pyramid. It's character. Number 2 is story. And number 3 is wrestling. And 2 people that love great wrestling. Nobody loves great wrestling more than me, but I don't care about great wrestling if there's not people I don't care about doing the great wrestling and a story and a reason why they're having this great wrestling match. So you need these 1s and 2s. Number 3 will never draw without 1 and 2.
Indeed. He's taken from the new Maslow, ladies and gentlemen. EC3, he has his own hierarchy of needs.
I forget I'm on the show with a doctor. I can't use all my fake stuff.
What's at the top of the Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Quick question.
Is it basic or is it like super enlightened? I'm trying to figure
self-actualization. Indeed.
Apotheosis, yes.
Indeed. You got EC3. You got Vince Russo. I'm Dr. Chris. This is the Wrestling Outlaws. Have a good night. Have a good night, everybody. So long.